If folks would please take their seats. I now call to order this special meeting of the Anchorage Assembly. It is Thursday, January 19, 2023. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Solt.
Here.
Mr. Perez-Verdia.
Here.
Mr. Rivera.
Present.
Mr. Sweet.
Here.
Ms. LaFrance.
Here.
Mr. Constant.
Here.
Ms. Zolotel.
Here.
Mr. Cross.
Here.
Ms. Quinn Davidson.
Here.
Mr. Volan.
Still happy to be here.
Mr. Peterson.
Present.
Mr. Peterson?
Present.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. You have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Butler, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? And if you want to just, oh, you have a microphone.
There's a mic right there.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Rivera, would you read the land acknowledgement, please?
Yes, Madam Chair. A land acknowledgement is a formal statement recognizing the indigenous people of a place. It is a public gesture of appreciation for the past and present indigenous stewardship of the lands that we now occupy. It is an actionable statement that marks our collective movement towards decolonization and equity. The Anchorage Assembly would like to acknowledge that we gather today on the traditional lands of the Dena'ina Athabascans. For thousands of years, the Dena'ina have been and continue to be the stewards of this land. It is with gratefulness and respect that we recognize the contributions, innovations, and contemporary perspectives of the Upper Cook Inlet Dena'ina.
Thank you. And welcome. Thank you all for joining us here today. There are two items on this special meeting agenda. That is the appointment of a member to fill Assembly Seat C and the administering of the oath of office. So now we will consider the appointment of a candidate to Seat C vacated by former Assembly member Jamie Allard. Under Special Orders, Item 4A, appointment of member to fill Assembly Seat C. May I have a motion to fill the vacancy?
So moved. Second.
A motion to fill the vacancy has been made by Mr. Constant and seconded by Mr. Voland. Per AMC 2.70.020B.4, the Assembly shall commence voting on the appointment immediately after the motion to fill the vacancy has passed, so there is no debate after the vote on this motion. Members may proceed to vote on the motion to fill the vacancy. The motion to fill the vacancy is approved 11-0. At this time, the election team will be passing out ballots to each Assembly member. Please vote for a candidate and also write your name in the line provided on the ballot.
Through the chair, Robin Dern received 5 votes and Matt Cookshank received 2 votes. Those receiving no votes are eliminated, and those tied for the lowest number of votes are also eliminated. At this time, ballots will be passed out containing Robin's and Matt's names, and the Assembly will vote again in round 2.
Thank you. And thank you to all the candidates who have been eliminated in this round. We appreciate your willingness to serve, and thank you for taking the time to be here today. Go ahead, Ms. Quinn Davidson.
This instruction on our ballot says mark one box, but I actually think we're supposed to put a 1 and a 2 in each of those, in one of those boxes, not just mark 1, right?
Go ahead, Ms. Hines.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The code says that we do 3 rounds of balloting, or until you are down to 3 candidates. We just vote for 1.
But we are down to fewer than 3 candidates.
It doesn't say fewer than 3. It says either 3 rounds of balloting or 3 candidates.
Okay. Meg and I wrote that, we should remember, but thank you.
Through the chair, we have 7 votes for Robin Dern and 4 votes for Matt Cruikshank, and with that, Robin Dern is appointed.
Thank you. Congratulations, Ms. Dern.
Madam Chair, point of information.
Go ahead, Mr. Fullen.
I think in the spirit of full transparency, on our first round, I'd like to know who got at least 1 vote. Is that something you can answer for us, Jamie?
Ms. Hines?
Sure. Ken McCarty, Jason Thomas, Jim Arlington, and Scott Myers were those that received 1 vote.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Jones and Ms. Hines, would you administer the oath to Ms. Dern, please?
Madam Chair, while they're getting set up, would you mind if I just said something?
Go ahead, Ms. Quinn Davidson.
I just wanted to say again to everyone, we were all murmuring up here to each other, what a nice group. You were all so respectful to each other and gracious, and this has been a really good few hours, and just appreciate all of you so much. Thanks.
Similar. And yeah, one more comment, please.
Go ahead, Mr. Constant.
Before you leave, Mr. Isham, I would appreciate an opportunity to have a conversation with you about your background in procurement.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear or affirm
I solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Alaska,
the Constitution of the State of Alaska,
and the Charter of the Municipality of Anchorage,
and the Charter of the Municipality of Anchorage,
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
and that I will faithfully perform the duties
of an Anchorage Assembly member
of Anchorage Assembly
to
Member
the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We'll make a white copy.
And Ms. Dern, if you want to go ahead and join us up here on the dais.
Goes on.
Welcome. We will go ahead and move on to audience participation. Are there any members of the public who wish to participate? If so, please come forward. The podium is actually below the table, but the microphone is there. Okay, seeing no one, we will move on to assembly comments. I'll start to my left with Mr. Peterson.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair, and I want to thank everyone from Eagle River who came and put their name forward today for an opportunity at the appointment. I think we had a very good discussion, a wide variety of questions were asked, and we have a colleague to get to know on the Assembly from Eagle River now. So it's a great day. It's a new start, so to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. Mr. Voland?
Ms. Dern, welcome aboard. We're happy to have you. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to get to know some folks a little bit better from District 2 who really care about Anchorage and about their district. And so I hope that you will stay engaged and that we will be hearing from you on various things pertaining to Eagle River. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Voland. Ms. Quinn Davidson?
Yeah, similar comments, and there were many of you that I could have voted for or had the honor of working with, so it's really tough and just a really, really great group, and I'm so grateful to each of you for being here and excited to work with Ms. Dern, so welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Quinn Davidson. Mr. Cross?
Welcome aboard, Ms. Stern. I look forward to meeting with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cross. Ms. Zalatel?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you to everyone who put your name in and came and sat and were willing to make the sacrifice of what it is to be an assembly member, both in terms of time and engagement. I was really impressed with so many of the answers. They were all very thoughtful. I try to go back to the before time, before I became a member. If an opportunity had shown up, would I have been able to apply and give such thoughtful answers? And I don't think I would have been able to, so congratulations to you all. And welcome aboard, Ms. Stern. I welcome you, and I look forward to your service.
Thank you, Ms. Zalatel. Mr. Constant?
Similarly, thank you all for your participation, and just suffice to say that, as the old adage goes, these are interesting times.
Thank you, Mr. Constant. Mr. Sweet?
I echo the sentiments that have already been expressed. I look forward to meeting and working with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sweet. Mr. Rivera?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, I guess I would say, even though we only did 2 rounds of voting, I don't want anyone to leave thinking that this was an easy decision for any of us. I think a lot of us had to really think deeply about this. And want to welcome Ms. Stern. You're going to have the joy in a short amount of time of joining your first assembly meeting. So not much of a break-in period. It'll be right there. So welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Rivera. Mr. Presverdia?
Thank you. I had the pleasure and challenge of listening to most of your testimony and your thoughts over the phone. So I apologize I wasn't able to be here in person. But I want to just give my thanks as well to each one of you for coming out and for putting your name forward. And I agree with my colleagues. I hope you do stay engaged and if there are other opportunities for you to step forward and work with us and in the city, I sure would love that. You all bring a lot of talent. And thank you, Ms. Stern, for stepping forward, and congratulations, and look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Mr. Presverdia. Mr. Soltz?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, like everyone said, welcome. And again, if you need any help, I'm happy to help you out. And for those of you, I know 2 of you have your work cut out for you, and maybe we'll see you in April. The rest of you stay involved in your community, continue forward after today. And then also, I'll just say something that no one else has said. I'm just impressed by Ms. Hines and Ms. LaFrance that at 4:36 I have an announcement in my inbox. So, amazing. Thank you.
That's Allie and Ms. Ross.
Credit to the team on that, Ms. Hines and Ms. Ross and Ms. Hartman. Ms. Dern?
Well, I figured out the microphone. That's a good first step. First of all, I have this wealth of knowledge of Eagle River history and current events, and I look forward to partnering with all of you and supporting you in whatever ways you support Eagle River in the future. I've learned a lot just sitting here, so I can't wait to meet with each of you and glean from your knowledge and experience. And I want to thank you for having faith in me, and I look forward to getting to know all of you and doing good work for the people of Anchorage, and especially those in District 2.
Thank you, Ms. Dern. And I will just reiterate my gratitude to the candidates. And as others have said, it was not an easy decision, and I am just very grateful that we had such a highly qualified pool of applicants and folks who are deeply committed to the community. And thank you and congratulations to Ms. Hines for another successful appointment process. And also did want to mention that we have a tremendous team in the legislative branch that includes so many wonderful and qualified, dedicated public servants. So thank you all for your efforts in supporting us, and welcome to Ms. Dern. That brings us to adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
We are adjourned. Thank you.